second week here in Zing. We are just getting into Unit 1 of our work, and first I want to address a few challenges that some of you have had. I understand that the book is difficult to find. We're really concerned about that. I placed a copy of our book on reserve, although I know that most of you take all your classes online, and so it's going to be difficult for you to do that. Because of that, I've extended the deadline for the first unit by 3 days, and if it turns out that you need more time and haven't gotten a hold of your book, please let me know and we can make some arrangements. The second thing is the first week of school, Blackboard was really having some difficulties, and it created problems for almost everybody on campus, and it especially created problems for our online students like yourself. So we think the bugs have gotten worked out. Whenever this looks like it's becoming an issue, I will send you an email and let you know, and we will make some adjustments, because it isn't fair for you to be worried about getting your work when through no fault of your own the technology isn't working. I really have enjoyed visiting with you and reading all of your notes, and I'll be spending most of my time this weekend responding personally to each of you. I really am excited about the interns we have this semester. We have quite a few who are returning to college after working a while, and you come armed with experience and intelligence that I know I did not have at 18, and it took me until I was well into my 20s and even 30s before I really began to have an idea of what I wanted to do, but even more important, had the confidence and maturity to pursue it. So if you are worried about doing well in school as an older student, please let that be the least of your problems, because I have found that the older students really do well. Okay, so now let's talk about what we're going to be discussing in Unit 1. Unit 1 is an overview of marketing, a broad sense. A lot of people think that marketing is advertising, and it really isn't. It is an entire group of activities and philosophies that affect everything. As we're going to be going into the next chapters, we're going to be looking at everything that's involved. But for today, we're going to be looking at several concepts that really get into why marketing is important and how we can work in it. First off, the goal of marketing is to create an exchange between a customer and the company. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as going to a garage sale and seeing something you want and deciding whether you want to pay the price that the owner is charging, or if you want to do a little discussion, if you want to do some haggling. We try to create an exchange. We're trying to create a system in which customers' needs and wants are met, and in which we can make a profit. There are 5 examples, 5 criteria for exchange, and they are listed in your book, but basically each of us has something the other wants, something of value. Each of us is legally able to make an exchange, and as in having possession of something legally, and we're also able to communicate. Next, we're free to walk away if we don't like it, and we are free to make decisions. So that being said, let's look at value and customer satisfaction. When we talk about value from a marketing sense, we're not talking about price. It has nothing to do with price. The jacket I'm wearing right now, I bought at a garage sale for $2, and I was thrilled because I had seen a similar jacket retailing in a store for about $20, which really isn't a bad price, but $2 is better. I feel like I got great value out of this jacket. I wear it a lot. It's comfortable. It works well. So I feel like I got a great value, and that is the relationship of what I gave up for this to how happy I am about it. When we are trying to create value, that's what we're looking at. If you think of your MCC education, you're giving up money for tuition. Even more important for working people, you're giving up time, valuable time that you could be using doing something else. So when you look at the benefits you're getting out of your courses, I hope that you'll ultimately feel like you have something of value, that it was worth it to you to make that sacrifice. So in our we're going to be having 2 assignments today. Our first is a creative meeting. And that let me back up. there are four marketing orientations. One is the production orientation. That concept of I make it and I'm going to make sure that you take it. Henry Ford had that orientation when he was building the Model T. He offered it in one model and one color. If he had listened to what customers wanted at that time, he would have built a faster, cheaper horse. But he had an idea, and he built something that revolutionized our transportation industry. Next is sales. If you have ever bought a used car from a dealer, especially a small used car sales, you understand what this means. Highly aggressive sales tactics. The theory behind this is the harder we push and more aggressive our sales approach is, the more profit we are going to make. We as customers know that's not always true because we know that people really don't like to be pushed. Next is market, and that's the one that we will be focusing on a tremendous amount this year. We'll be looking at, marketing looks at not what the company can make or what the company can sell, but marketing looks at what does the customer want. It sounds sort of simple, but so many companies forget that. They look at what we can make or what we can sell or what we want to make without thinking, is this something the customer wants or is it something the customer needs? Finally and fourth is societal marketing. That blends marketing and what's good for society. When we're looking at societal marketing, we're looking at meeting customers' needs and wants, but also doing it in a way that it's good for society or the world. One of the greatest marketing pushes lately is the incorporation of recycled products, of going green, of hybrid cars. All of these are examples of societal marketing, which can be good for society and good for the company and the customer at the same time. That being said, our creative meeting is going to be for our owner, Walter Patricks. He has a brother, his wife and brother-in-law have inherited a company, Barron's Best Bags, and they've come to us with a rush project. And one of the things this shows us is in a marketing agency, we may be planning to do something right away, something entirely different, and here comes a project that we have to drop everything and work on. I'm sure in your own working life, you have discovered the same thing. So Barron's Best Bags has inherited a company, and they have decided to make the bags that we all see in the grocery stores. They're going to make it because they can. But they realize that they aren't selling them. So we need to look at some other ways that we can help them adjust, either redesign the bag or come up with some other markets, maybe do some donations to schools, come up with some custom things that customers can use to make it more appealing and branch that out. Finally, our chit chat is on silly bands. I know that this phase has passed, but for a while these were so popular that they literally flew off the shelves. And it was something that was cheap, but from a child's point of view provided a tremendous amount of value. So I hope you enjoy the week. Take a little time if possible to enjoy the Labor Day weekend. I've extended the deadlines for you, and feel free if you have questions to drop me an email, and if you need to talk to me, send me a phone number where I can reach you at a time that's good to call, and I will get back to you. So have a good week, and I will talk to you next week. Goodbye.